Hi, it's Queen Jazz, and I'm here with another confession. I'm doing these confessions simply to shed light on the struggles that I've went through and possibly help a person who's going through the same thing. I know a lot of us are all going through shit and my struggle is not any better or worse than anybody else's, but I'm pretty sure my story can help someone. In 2013, I lost my mother. She died in her sleep due to diabetes and neuropathy and just a lot of sicknesses within her body that she could no longer fight or she just didn't want to fight. Um, After that, I kind of like lost my mind. I started doing drugs. I joined a gang. I became a vice lord. A lot of shootouts, a lot of things that I was involved in that were not me. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a lot of shit. Not only that, I lost my house. My house had ended up flooding out. I lost everything. I lost all my mom's belongings. I lost all my belongings. After that, I lost custody of my daughter to a man who really didn't even want her and still doesn't want her, but just wants to make me angry. And it wasn't because of my lack of being a great parent or whatever the case may be. It was just because I had lost my whole apartment and I had nowhere to have her living. So I really just like lost my mind. And a lot of my family and a lot of people who were dealing with me, they rather pick with me and talk about me and talk about the shit that I don't do. Basically, I'm not doing what they think I should do to make them happy. Instead of just checking on me, instead of just being there for me, they just assume just because I'm the oldest, I'm not supposed to deal with any pain. I'm not supposed to cry. I'm not supposed to. But my whole life, it's always been an attack. So when I lost my mom, it was kind of like, this was my best friend. This is my backbone. She had my back through everything. Whether I was right or wrong, she stood there and had my back. Why can y'all do the same? You feel me? It's a lot of things that I deal with and still am going with that I shouldn't even have to deal with, but just off the strength of family, the word family. You have to tread lightly with that motherfucker, and I do. I hardly talk to family. A lot of my closest supporters and people who believe in me and push me are not even blood. My family doesn't check on my kids. If anything, my sister, maybe a cousin, some cousins. I'm not even going to say a cousin because I have a lot of cousins who check on me. But aunts, uncles, motherfuckers that I normally check on or whatever the case may be, believe that they shouldn't have to, but have the nerve to say you speak for all your family, you love all your family. How? When you only love a few of them. So a lot of shit that I'm dealing with in my life is really why it's taking me so long to find me. This was just a hard life. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's why a lot of my crew members and some of my best friends will be like, why you so hard? Why you so, because I have to be. The first time I sit there and let them think that I slipped mentally, whatever the case might be, they're going to feed off of it. Instead of just, okay, are you okay? Do you need somebody to talk to? I'm here if you ever need me. It's always, oh, well, she's an unfit mother. She's a bitch. She's this. She's that. But still, at the same time, ain't nobody trying to reach out to help anybody. The people that you sit up and talk about the most, if you're not even helping them to be a better person, then how can you sit up and talk about them? If you don't have everything in your life that you need to have in your life, if you still feel like you lacking, how do you have an opportunity to talk about anybody? If you living with your mom, how you talking about anybody? If your kids out here getting pregnant at young ages, how are you able to talk about anybody? If your son or whatever the case may be in prison for murder, how can you talk about anybody being a parent? If your child is all on TikTok or whatever the case may be, dancing, showing their ass in little ass shorts, how can you talk about anybody? Like, you can't. If you out here doing drugs, popping pills, and claiming to be a good mother, how? You doing drugs. How you a good mama? So at the end of the day, I guess my biggest anger comes with, like, I see my people who down me and who talk about me and they don't even have their shit together. Get your shit together. Worry about you. Focus on you and how big you can make you before you focus on me or focus on people who have been through shit. Because a lot of you bitches who sit up and talk about people ain't been through a goddamn thing. So just shut the fuck up.